students, this is Sanjeev Kumar. Today we are going to discuss about basic electrical engineering. So first of all, what is the importance of electrical engineering? So in today's most of the industrial applications, commercial applications, agriculture, domestic applications related to electrical energy. So that means in industrial applications we are having electrical motors, generators, and in commercial applications we are having steel mills, electric rollers. So in agriculture we are having a 5 speed motors for water pumping, and domestic applications we are having lighting purpose, and also we are having small motors for pumping. So like this, your electrical energy is very important in today's life. So that's why we have to study the electrical engineering, and we are going to select your electrical engineering branch in your engineering, that means BTech course. So first of all, what is meant by electricity? So electricity is related to the electron. So what is electron? Electron is one of the member in your atomic structure. So we know already atom is having nucleus, so that we are having electrons, protons and neutrons. So this electron is flow, we can call it as electricity. Nothing but the flow of electric charge is called as electricity. So what is meant by electric charge? So each electron having some amount of charge, and your electron having a negative charge. So what is the amount of electric charge? Minus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. So what is this coulombs? Coulombs is the unit of electric charge. So minus indicates negatively charged. Your electron is negatively charged, and your electron mass is 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. So you can observe here minus 31. So electron mass is very less. So we cannot see the electron mass. So your electron parameters, electron charge and mass, and you can also abbreviate your electric. So E stands for endless, L stands for light, E stands for emitted, C stands for current, T stands for time, and R stands for response, and I stands for induced, and C stands for current. So you can observe there are two currents are there. So one is light emitted current, and another one is time response induced current. So that means your electron charge will liberate the electric current. So due to this electric current, we are having voltage parameters, electrical power and electrical energy. So one by one we discussed about electrical current, voltage, power and electrical energy. So we discussed about electrical current. So what is electric current? It is the rate of flow of electrons in a charged body, or the transfer of electric charge with particular time is called as electric current. So the transfer of electric charge, that means how much time is going to take for this electric charge, then that is called as electrical current. That means with a particular time, how much amount of charge you are going to carry. So as you increase the electric charge, the amount of electric current also increases. Or it is the rate of flow of electrons in a charged body. That means how much amount of electrons are flowing in a charged body. Why? The body should be charged, positive and negative. So your electric current is flowing from positive to negative. So how many number of electrons are the rate of flow of electrons? So the rate of flow of is related to time. So that's why your electrical current is nothing but rate of flow of electrons in a charged body. So how much amount of charge is going to be transferred? within a set time or particular time is called as electric current. So consider Q is the electric charge in coulombs, T is the time in seconds, and I is the electric current in amperes. So that we have I is equal to Q by T. Nothing but electric current is charge per time period. So how much charge is going to be transferred within this set time period is called as electric current. So what is the units of current? So current is measured in amperes and charge is measured in coulombs and time is measured in seconds. So your electrical current is nothing but amperes equal to coulombs per seconds. So how many number of coulombs transferred within second? So how much amount of charge is transferred per second is called as electric current and it is denoted by I and measured in amperes. So the unit of electric current is ampere. And also electric charge is equal to I into T. Nothing but charge is equal to current into time period. So here the current is charge per time. So what is charge? Charge is nothing but multiplication of current into time period. So that how many number of electrons are transferred multiplied by time period. So we will get the total electric charge. So electric charge is nothing but total how many number of electrons are transferred within that particular time. So that your electric charge is nothing but current into time. So electric charge we can observe we are having a lightning, we are having the battery charges. So it is always given in your coulombs. So what is the unit of electric charge? Coulombs. So coulombs is nothing but amperes into seconds. We know that electric current is equal to charge per time. Then what is electric charge? It is denoted by Q. Then what is the definition of electric charge? It is given by the total amount of electrons flow within the time period is called as electric charge. That means how many number of electrons are transferred multiplied by how much time they are taking. That means how much time period taken with respect to number of electrons is called as electric charge. So when some number of electrons are flowing and what is the time period required to transfer this charge. So electric charge is nothing but multiplication of current into time period. So electric charge is basically, if you review your atomic structure, we are having protons, neutrons and also electrons. So your nucleus having protons and neutrons. So indicated here protons with red and your neutrons with blue. And if you see the outer orbits we are having a green. So these are electrons. So these electrons are valence electrons. We can call it as a outermost orbit electrons. So why they are in outer, we are calling it as a valence electrons. So your electrical current flows due to these free electrons. So if you observe, this is a one atom, we are having both positive and negative, positive and negative. So what is meant by positively charged? Positively charged is nothing but which loses the electrons. That means there is no electrons in this particular material. We can call it as a positively charged. And in this we don't have any positive charges. So we are having only electrons. So this is called as a gain of electrons. So then it is called as negatively charged. So almost 90% of the positive charges, maybe some 10% of the electrons are there. You can call it as a positively charged. And here also 90% of the electrons, those are negatively charged. But 10% of the electrons may be positively charged. Then we can call it as a gain in electrons, you can call it as a negatively charged. So like this you can define positively charged and negatively charged. So basically your electron is negatively charged. For negative charge you should have the valence electrons. If your electron in valence, that means outermost orbit, the electric current is free to flow. So why your electric current is always flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. So that means your electron is always flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal.